So when I call your name, players coming up. Ella Sakana, Jordan Haggerty. Yo, hold your applause to the end. Come up. Christy Canetta, Bianca Lindberg, Kate Peterson, Kaylee Robinson, Natalie Robinson, Kaylee Roselle, Blakely Sanders, Megan Zimmerman, Ashley Mindich, Amber Richards, Katie Coronado, and Sarah Burns. Haley Smoot, Taylor Lundy, Kelsey Hathaway, Emily Hanna, Kayla Grady, AJ Fisher, and Megan Anderson. Megan Anderson. Megan's freshman year, we gave her the nickname Alarm Clock because she slept through practice. She was on time, every practice this year. Personal growth, Megan. That's the new vision statement in action right there. Okay, Kelly White, Krista Morford, Lena Moreno, and Takara. Our 3 4-year seniors, Kaylee Lyman, Jamie Hoffman, and Nicoya. Okay, so this is our team, and I do want to. We're going to do a little release on the website, so I want to put a photo. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm going to record this part. Oh. Panoramic. Julie, you need to share. I'm going to give you one for a flashlight for your selfie station.
All right, so thank you. Okay, now on to some individual awards. We had a lot of recognitions here individually. 4 times we had a PLU women's soccer player named the Northwest Conference Defensive Player of the Week. Twice Kelly White and twice Takara Mitsui. We had the Northwest Conference Offensive Player of the Week 3 times, and that was Matt Grady, Kaylee Roselle, and Taylor Lundy. So 7 times we were awarded the Conference Player of the Week, so congrats to those players. We also had, we'll do our round of applause at the end, by the way, so there we go. We had 4 first-team all-conference members. Kelly White was first-team all-conference. She was also first-team in 2014. Takara Mitsui was first-team, also in 2014. And with her goals against average, it was a .44, which ranked second in the Northwest Conference. Her save percentage was a .913, which also was second, and she led the Northwest Conference with 94 saves. Michaela Grady was first team all-conference for the first time as a sophomore. She had 10 goals and 24 points, which ranked third in the Northwest Conference. And Haley Smoot was named first team all-conference as well for the first time as a sophomore. She logged over 1,400 minutes on the field, which was more than only 3 other Lutes. And the special thing about that is both Kelly and Takara both have the opportunity to become the 12th and 13th player, assuming they both make it, in PLU program history to be a 3-time Northwest Conference first team member next year. So congratulations to them. Also making all conference was Taylor Lundy. And you talk about, so when I reference back to how are we going to do this year, as I look back at Taylor's stats in 2014, I think she played in 12 games, did not score a goal, did not have an assist. And you look at certainly the rise of Mac, who had 6 goals in her freshman year, to be third in the conference in scoring with 10 and assists. And then you look at a player like Taylor, who garnered second team all-conference from having a very modest freshman year when it came to goals and assists, with 8 goals, which ranked 4th in the Northwest Conference. 4 of them were game winners. And I think the special thing about that with that is that you can see that players get better once they're here. We spent all last spring working on attacking concepts. And for me as a coach, when you have 2 of your top returning attacking goal scoring players go down, and you see the rise of 2 players, and not just those 2, certainly Ashley, Jamie, Kelsey, all of our players, Krista that played in those positions, Emily, that played in those kind of front 4 positions. When you see all their contributions, I mean, it really shows that we have a program that makes people get better. But congrats to Taylor for making second team. You had an outstanding year. Way to go, Taylor. And the nice thing this year is that last year we did our banquet before Thanksgiving. And so not all the awards, and I do want to say that a lot of these individual awards, they will be getting plaques. They're just not here yet. I did ask Tyler when some of these would come in, and he said this summer. So, probably not that long. Maybe he's being a little, maybe holidays are getting a little stressed, but they will be getting plaques and certificates for all these things. I just don't have them, or else I'd bring them up and give them something. But the nice thing this year that we did a banquet a little later is that the NSCA All-West Region teams were announced just this past week. And we had 3 players make the All-Region team. And keep in mind, these All-Conference and All-Region teams are always voted on by the opposition coaches. But Michaela Grady made first team, one of only 2 sophomores on this team, on a team of 11. Kelly White was second team, which is a repeat of her second team NSC All-West Region team in 2014, and she was third team NSC All-Region in her freshman year, so she has an opportunity to be a 4-time All-Region player. And Haley Smoot made third team NSC All-Region as a sophomore as well. And with those 3 players, we had more than any other Northwest Conference team. The other school only had 2. And there were 5 players total selected out of the 3 regional teams from our conference. Us and UPS had all 5. Every other player was from Southern California, Texas. So we kind of led the way here, led the charge for the Northwest. So we're really proud about that. Okay, and then the last individual award, we had someone make program history. Takara was selected to the Academic All-America team, and that's it's called the COSIDA, which stands for, I've got it here, College Sports Information Directors of America. And what that means is she received all district recognition as a first team, and she was named to the NCAA Division III Academic All-America third team by this institution or this body. And she was the first player in PLU women's soccer history to ever be named as an Academic All-American. She's the 25th Pacific Lutheran student athlete to earn the honor, and the only Northwest Conference player this year to be selected. And the eligibility for this is you're nominated by your sports information director. You have to have above a 3.3 GPA and be a varsity starter or key player that's a sophomore athletic academic standing or higher. So, for me to have a player become an academic All-American in that and be that sort of history maker, awesome. TK's got a 3.8 GPA average in a really hard major, nursing, and right now, she's not going to like all these stats, but I'm going to bring them out anyways. Her single season total of 13 shutouts ranks 6th in program history. Her goals against, and I'm talking about this year, her goals against average of .44 ranks 4th in program history, and her 1,843 minutes ranks 5th. So a real legacy sort of season for her. And career-wise, she ranks 4th all-time with 23 career shutouts. Her career goals against average is .49, which is 2nd all-time in PLU soccer history. And her minutes played are 4,393, which ranks 7th all-time. So TK's already left a legacy in 3 years. Next year she'll have the opportunity to become the only the 4th two-time academic All-American in PLU athletic history. So, congrats TK. That's a special day. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to ask my assistant coaches to say a few thoughts about the season. I know they're really fired up. I will say, I did my own little version of ESPN's 30 for 30. What that means is I had 30 player meetings for 30 hours and then some. Some meetings took longer than an hour. Some meetings were 2 meetings. But it was great. It's a great chance for me to gain their perspective, what they think. We came up with a great list of questions, or I did, for them to think about before they came in, just so that there was a little bit of thought-provoking. And it's one of those things where I enjoyed as a coach that time, because you really get to know a lot about them as people. Because a lot of things we talk about are not what happened on the field. It's school, how's things going, how's your living environment, how's this and that. And you know, those are things that you can't always necessarily get out of them on the field in a training environment, because there's a lot of things going on, that sort of thing. So, and one of those questions was the assistant coaches. What do you think of the assistant coaches? So, all very high and positive remarks, but they all want them to talk more. So now, we're going to get off to a great start and just give a few comments and reflections on the season. I do want to say thanks to Kate, Mark, and Todd. You know, there's always a support staff behind the head coach. Kate's been with me for 3 years. Mark's been with me for 4 years. And Todd, this was his first year. And they all bring strengths in their different ways. But, you know, the support that they give. Oh, by the way, Joe Jordan had his baby girl last night. So, if you get a chance, yeah. I did the iMessage, by the way, just in case you had to check your phone. So, picture. But yeah, I had a baby girl last night. Joe was a former assistant. Last year was his last year, but Claire's know what I'm talking about, the freshman to go. But I do want to say thanks to the staff. So, Kate's been with, you know, kind of been my right-hand person for the last 3 years. And Todd came on board after Joe's departure, and a lot of knowledge, a lot of passion, and kind of understood how we did things this year. But when we asked him to do things, he did a great job. And then Mark's been our goalkeeper guy since I've been here, and for what I can pay these people and the amount of time that they come and put in, it's awesome stuff. So thank you, you three. So I'm going to let Kate go first. Okay, go ahead.
So number one, I want to say, like, I love coming to practice every day and working with you guys. It's fun to see, like, some of you guys seniors now that I've seen for several years, to see how you guys have grown as people. You know, like the conflicts that come on the field, and then the way you guys handle it, and then relating it to real life. I'm like, you guys are going to do great. And I'm so excited to see you guys do it. And I feel like we have a really special team too, because we go on the road all the time and we don't have any problems, issues, or at least you guys deal with them so well. We never see them come out, and it's awesome. And I hope you guys recognize how special that is, and I think that has a lot to do with how you guys play on the field every day too. But I love working with Seth and these guys and all you guys, and I can't be more thankful to be here with you guys. And how do I talk after Seth talks? What? He's like, what should I say to the team? So I tell him what to say, and then he says it all, and then he's like, so what do I say? Everything that he said up here, I'm like, yeah, that's right. Perfect, got it covered. So, but great guy to work with, and that's why I always I'll save some things for you guys.
Short and sweet, I won't say much. But I thank Seth for the opportunity and the university. I'm very grateful to help. Once again, very helpful coaches allowing me and accepting me to come in. And I'd like to just say that to the women, thanks for accepting me and being receptive to what we do. I will, as soon as Seth gives a green light, help out a lot more in terms of the vocal or whatever you want to have on that. So one of the best things I can say about the girls is the great attitude and effort great women in the end. And when Seth asked me, I was like, heck yeah, I want to be a part of it. So thank you, and good year. I'm looking forward to many more.
Seth knows I don't like to get up here, but you guys have a great coach. I'm just going to tell you that from the start. The university, the fans are stellar. We're the best fans right here. All right, girls, you were very passionate this year with soccer. Passionate. I think you had a great year. I think you had a really good year. I think we're going to do better next year. I think Seth's right. I think we're going to get a few more wins. Luke's on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Whenever we go down, just a funny story I got to tell you. Every time we go down to Starbucks, in Oregon, we stay at the courtyard married there right at Tiger, and there's a Starbucks. There's strategy when we pick hotels. So there's got to be a Starbucks close by. But oftentimes, Mark and I always go get a coffee in the morning together, and he always tells the barista, says, okay, what name on that? And he always says Mad Dog, and you always see him flip a cup up, like, Mad Dog. So, that's our little thing. So. It's one of those things you remember. But Todd mentioned it. His daughter Alex played here for my first 2 years here, 2012 and 2013, and certainly was on that team that kind of switched the trend to a team that was right around 500 our first year, a little bit above, to a team that had 11 wins and beat Linfield in overtime. And so I know that his daughter and the others are those proud alumni. You don't necessarily, some of you have come in and this is all that you know. There's a lot of players here that were here for years to come that is not what they know, and so they're extremely proud and thankful to see the program where it is. So, okay, we're going to move on to the team awards voted on by the team. The first one is going to be the Fighting Loot Award. So you guys can find that one and hand it over here. This player, she played in 20 games, started 20 games. She had 4 goals and 4 assists for 12 points. And when I think of this player, I think of the word improvement. Hard worker all the time, always around. I think if you cut her open, she would bleed black and gold because she absolutely loves this university and this school, and that's Jamie Hoffman. Okay, our next award is the Freshman of the Year. Freshman of the Year. That's your cue, Mark. It's like the Academy Awards, Freshman of the Year. This player played in 20 games. She started 3. Quietly an extremely good player for us. She most of her time was spent at outside back, and I expect great things from her in the future because she is a very good player, and that's Katie Coronado. Okay, most improved. This player, she played 20 games, started 1. I've already said quite a bit about her. 8 goals and 2 assists for 18 points. She was named Northwest Conference Offensive Player of the Week. I think the change in position from a wide player in her freshman year to a central channel player in her sophomore year really allowed her to show what she's capable of. And again, excited to watch her to continue to get better because she had a massive improvement from year 1 to year 2, and that's Taylor Lundy. Okay, our defensive MVP, 20 games played, 20 games started. She had 3 goals and 1 assist for 2015. Ironically, she had the exact same stats in 2014, because I looked it up. She's a 3-time all Northwest Conference player and a 3-time all-region center back, and our captain, one of our captains already for next year, and that's Kelly White. One of those awkward things we do. started. She led our team in goals and assists with 10 and 4 for 24 points. She led our team with 58 shots. She was the first team All-Northwest Conference and first team All-Region, and that's Matt Grady. Okay, we're almost done. Going to move on to the seniors now. The seniors. I'm going to read a little. So before senior day, I wrote a little note that I read to the Jordan. Sell some stuff.
What?
Sell some stuff.
I'll try.
George got to go to work, so I'm going to go sell her Bath and Body Works. I wrote a little note to the. That's where she works. Southfield Hall. How do you sell today? Candles. Sale on candles. All right. I did write a little letter to the seniors before senior day, and I didn't reread it. It was an emotional day for me because this is my first 4-year senior class, and then you had Emily in there, who's a 2-year transfer. But with Kaylee, Nicoy, and Jamie, it certainly is a unique year for me because to watch those players come in through the recruiting process as high school seniors in high school, and then watch them grow to 21 and 22-year-old young adults, and to see all that, really, really cool thing. Probably one of the main reasons why I enjoy working in a college program. So I've kind of revised this note a little bit to add some other life lessons. So I'm going to read it. And there's some of the same things, so that you get a little gist of what I said before we played Whitworth. Dear seniors, I want to start this with a quote. Being vulnerable is being powerful. It's okay to show emotion today because it means that you care. I just wanted to write and say that I'm proud of all of you and thank you for all your hard work, dedication, and passion for PLU and its women's soccer program. Back in February 2012, when I got this job, I had no idea what was to come. I had attended PLU and I'm a proud alumni and was excited to embark on my first college head coaching job. You have made our program relevant and back to where PLU women's soccer belongs. I do want to thank you one last time for the opportunity to coach you for the last 4 and 2 years. It was a great journey, watching you individually and collectively grow and mature as players and young women. I wish you nothing but the best as you move on to the next phases of your development as adults, and I leave you with the following thoughts. 1, honor the past and cherish your experiences. 2, embrace the present and take time to enjoy the journey, because it goes fast. 3, build for the future and strive to be a lifelong learner. You're either green and growing or you're ripe and rotting. 4, relationships matter. The African proverb that we've used before, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And 5, expectations will always be high of you. I'll use my favorite Bible verse, Luke 12:48. To whom much is given, much is required. I'm proud of you as students, athletes, and most importantly as people. You will have a great impact on this world, so let your light shine. Remember, leadership is sharing your unique gift with the world. You are all unique and a leader in your own way, and I am proud, honored, and privileged to have been your coach. Enjoy today. You deserve it. Go Lutes. Okay, so I'm going to say a little bit about each senior and their career, and I'm going to let them come up, and we've got some things for them, and I'll let them, they're going to say a few words. And I know they're going to be better than last year. Okay, the first one is Nicoya. So Nicoya came to us from Eagle, Idaho, Timberland High School. She's majoring in kinesiology and minoring in personal training and coaching. And she was in 2015, she started 20 games, played in 20 games. For her career, she played in 64 games and started 49. She has a total of 2 assists. My initial and first memory of Nicoya was when I got this job in the spring. I think it was April or May. Her and her mom were coming on campus to a visit, and I had never seen the team play before, our team, or really any of the recruits play before. So I didn't really have a great idea what the level of play was. But I remember that they came in, and I called Joe or texted Joe, and I said, hey, because Joe had been here a couple years before, and what is this player like? And so Joe looked up in their recruiting system that they had back then, which is, I don't have that now, but they had some sort of database, and there were 4 stars, 4 being a top recruit, and Nicoya was it for? So I said, great, let's get her on board. And the one thing that I remember with her and her mom Pam sitting in my office was just the engagement that she had in the words that I said about building something, and that if you were to come here, you would need to be excited because we're not where I want to be, but it'll take some time. But we're going to build this into where I want, PLU women's soccer to be, and do you want to be a part of that? And so that engagement, that excitement, that passion, I think that describes Nicoya. She's a fitness manager here for the Names Fitness Center. She's the secretary for the SAC Council, which is Student Academic Athletic Council. So again, one of those, if you talk about student athlete at PLU, Nicoya is involved in all aspects. And she's doing great academically, and couldn't have asked for a better true blue person to help build my program. So I just want to say thanks to Nicoya. Come on up.
Excuse me, I just get emotional. All right. Okay. I remember 4 years to this day, I was sitting at this banquet right over there, when listening to my fellow senior teammates talking about their experiences as a student athlete here at PLU. And I couldn't imagine what it would be like to be in their position, and it has come too soon. If I could change one thing right now, it would be to be able to be a freshman again. And unfortunately, I cannot, and it's time to face a new chapter in my life. I'm scared and excited at the same time, but I have complete confidence that both my experiences on and off the field as a student athlete here at PLU is going to set me up for success. It has been the best 4 years of my life, and I'm leaving with a second family that will always be there for me. Unforgettable memories with my teammates and friends, new knowledge that will make me a successful professional, and experiences that have helped mold me in the person I am today. Soccer has been my life since I was 3 years old, and I couldn't imagine my life without it. It'll always hold a special place in my heart. It has taught me how to face adversity, grow and learn from it, and has brought me some of the most amazing people into my life, and created some of the best moments. But more importantly, I want to recognize the people that make this all possible. My family, mom and dad, thanks for supporting me in all my soccer endeavors and sitting through absolute pouring rain games and bringing oranges to halftime when I was 5. And my brother for showing me that dreams do come true. And to all the Luke parents, thanks for always being there supporting us, whether it was home or away. Without your support, we truly wouldn't be able to be where we are today and do what we've done. Where am I? Hold on. All right, Sharon Island. Thanks for being such a great manager. You've been wonderful. You work so hard. You're always hustling. And we love you, and we can't thank you enough. Todd in the training room, thanks for keeping us healthy and rehabbing us so we can come back stronger from injuries. Chris, for keeping us stronger and dedicating your time to help us become better athletes on the field. My teammates, thank you for being my best friends, supporting me on and off the field. Playing hard in every practice and game, you give your everything, and you don't know how much that means to you, especially when you're in a senior position and you know these are your last moments. I couldn't ask for better girls. You're a dream come true. And last but not least, the coaching staff. Todd, Kate, Mark, thanks for being such amazing assistant coaches. You're so knowledgeable, encouraging, fun, and you help Seth stay calm when he gets fired. And Seth, like you said, I remember my recruiting visit, and right away I knew I was going to play here and play for you. PLU felt like home, and I couldn't imagine being anywhere else. You are, if not, the best coach I've ever played for. Thanks for always believing in me and pushing us and myself to be at our best, and always compete against our own best self, and that the uncontrollables don't matter, and for much is given, much is required. You have built this program from being one of the last teams in the Northwest Conference to being one of the top, and soon to be a Northwest Conference or NCAA playoff team. You've made my 4 years everything I could have wanted and more. I can't thank you enough. You're one of a kind. PLU women's soccer is lucky to have a coaching staff like all of you guys. Thanks for all that you are and all that you do. As I wrap this up, I reflect on these 4 years. My freshman year, tying the national tying record. Sophomore year, beating Linfield at home in double overtime. Junior year, playing the best game of my life, and I think our teams, beating UPS. And senior year, going to England, having one of the best seasons PLU has had in the past years and in history. Though it wasn't what we wanted at the end, overall we did have an amazing season. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else and play with anyone else. As I've stepped into the alumni cleats, know that I'll be supporting you all on and off the field. I cannot wait to watch you all continue to be successful in achieving what's next in the PLU women's soccer legacy. I believe in you all and know that this program is going to continue to do big things. I love you all and thank you, and go Lids.
Jamie's going to be really excited because I'm giving the seniors their sweats. It's the little things that make the difference. Excellence in small things means excellence in all things.